Hey guys, welcome back to another video. It's your man Jay Will. So I'm going to give you some first impressions of the LG G7, some battery times, and just some things about this phone that I really enjoy. So let's get into this video. Alright, so let's start with the price. I obviously paid a much lower price than some of you guys have paid. Some of you guys bought this on a carrier. This is the unlocked version, and it is the matte blue, and it also is directly from Project Fi. Now, all of Google's phones that they sell are unlocked. They put the disclaimer out there. If you decide to leave, you can use it whatever carrier you want. So this is $449 right now, $300 off at the recording of this video. So you might want to head over to fi.google.com to check and see what the pricing is on the devices. That is where I got this from for $449, and it's a fantastic price. Now, when I'm using a phone, the size of the phone is very important, and this phone checks off a lot of boxes. Even with the big bulky case on here from ZeroLemon, this battery case, it still feels great in the hand because this phone is so slim and so narrow. Not too narrow, but narrow enough to where it easily can perform in day-to-day tasks with one hand. It does have a 6.1-inch display, but it is absolutely great on the overall size of the phone. Now, the performance of this phone has been nothing short of fantastic to my surprise. LG's skin is not my favorite skin, but in this phone, it's absolutely fast. And I'm pretty sure that's due to the internals of this phone and the way the phone is optimized, but the performance on here has been great. I haven't had any problems with it. Now, one important factor that I'm going to point out in this video, and some people might be surprised, but remember, everything I'm saying in this video could be considered subjective, especially what I'm getting ready to say about the battery. Now, this battery life on this phone definitely matches my Galaxy Note 9 right on par. Getting on the first rotation of the battery cycle, I definitely have it at the highest resolution, obviously, but I got pretty much the same results. About 6.5 hours of screen on time almost, and just under a day on a full charge. And this is to be expected when you first start to use these devices, but I don't anticipate I'll get the best battery life out of this phone. But considering it has a 3,000 milliamp hour battery inside, and my Galaxy Note 9 has a 4,000 milliamp hour battery, and they're getting the same battery life, exactly with my Note 8 as well, this is a really good buy. So I moved on and got the ZeroLemon 4700 milliamp hour battery add-on, because I think I'll be able to make it through probably an entire weekend with this battery pack right here, considering that kind of battery life. So battery life for me has actually been pretty decent for what I thought I was going to get. I didn't think I was going to get over 6 hours of screen on time. I didn't even think I was going to get 4.5, but that is impressive for what this phone is doing compared to other phones, which I've paid obviously twice the price. Now, the biggest highlight I found on this phone, or one of the biggest, probably the major upside, is the cameras. I can see why certain people use this phone for YouTube videos or just day-to-day use, and it is absolutely fantastic, man. There is no getting around. These cameras are top-notch. Now, I did a blind camera test, and when I actually did the blind camera test, a lot of people chose, I'm gonna say 80 to 85% of you people chose the G7 over the Galaxy Note 9 because you didn't know what you were choosing. Then when I put the video on YouTube, obviously I had to give the results at the end of the video. Everyone pretty much chose the Galaxy Note 9. And I think this kind of plays a part in I'm going to defend my phone type of deal. But reality, folks, I was asked a question online about which phone I would take if I had to take it for a long time. And I would definitely choose the G7. Because the G7, even without the discount, it still costs less than the Galaxy Note 9. The Galaxy Note 9 has the advantage as far as features go with the included S Pen, but after that, it's G7 all the way in my opinion. I mean, it's got an IP rating, it's got a nice big screen, it's much easier in the hand, and battery life is on par, performance is on par, if not better, just by a hair. And cameras, to me, in my personal opinion, they definitely are better than the Galaxy Note 9, especially the front camera. I mean, all of this said, it's going to be subjective, and you have to take your own, chance of buying both devices and testing them for yourself. But I'm telling you, in my humble opinion, this is a much better phone in camera department for sure than the Galaxy Note 9. And I was blown away by what I've seen from the cameras on this phone, man. Absolutely fantastic. Now, LG has their own skin on here, and you do have like note features, like handwriting features and things like that, but you don't get any kind of pen input with it. So you have to buy something or use a separate stylus. But I don't plan on doing that on other phones, on phones other than the Galaxy Note or my Stylo, so that's not really an issue for me. feature set for this thing, it's pretty decent, man. You know, you can customize the font and everything. I've got mine customized with different font themes. Everything is there. I think overall, this is probably one of the smartest purchases that I've made in 2018. And this is definitely a underrated phone. I can see why. And I think a lot of people say it's underrated for the performance and definitely the cameras. I mean, they are simply mind-blowing. Going into manual mode in your camera takes this phone to another level. Even in auto mode, it's fantastic, but going into manual mode where you can control the mic gain, this is one of the few phones that has very solid microphones. Now, something that I didn't touch on yet is the speaker quality on this thing. I've heard that this is one of the loudest phones and most complete phones as far as sound. But what I did do is I plugged in my best headphones that I have at the moment, which are my Sony headphones, and this DAC in this thing, it's unreal. It is unreal, man. The fact that it has a headphone jack too is very important. So this phone to me is absolutely fantastic. 3D sound, quad DAC, I mean, that's killing a lot of phones out there. All of them pretty much just about. And then if you sit this phone on the table with the speaker on or just playing out volume, depending on what surface you put it on, you're gonna get a banging experience, man. It's absolutely fantastic. So 24-hour impressions with me, man. I think this was probably the phone that I should have picked up a long time ago, but sometimes we make mistakes. But this is definitely an underdog. And this is coming from somebody who has probably most of the latest quote-unquote flagships and probably all, or if not, I've purchased probably 85% of the so-called budget phones from all over, and this is a great purchase. Now, a lot of you guys have been asking me on social media, this or the Essential phone. Well, maybe I'll do a comparison between the two. You know what I'm saying? I haven't had this phone that long, but I was able to figure out quickly some things that this phone does better than some of my other phones for sure, right off the top. It's your man, Jay Will. I hope you guys enjoy, man. I'll see you guys in the next video. You know what time it is. Fade to black.